that gender, education, experience, or residence, place of residence. Okay, then here I can say that there is satisfaction. Anything you can tell, otherwise I am writing satisfaction and knowledge. Okay, then how to identify
socio-economic status.
Socio-economic status and dependent variables in our sense. Please don't think from the content wise, think from the problem wise. Problem which you have fixed in your thesis, then from the side of the problem please think. What you are going to identify here? You are going to talk about satisfaction and knowledge. This is your major variables. Satisfaction and knowledge. On Sanskrit, let us take Sanskrit, knowledge on Sanskrit, and satisfaction about Sanskrit Vidyapita curriculum, or etc. etc. Okay. So these are the two terms. Then from this, before preparing the questionnaire or schedule itself, please understand, you would like to talk about these two in your research, let us assume. What type of other variables or factors are independent or intervening, what they are going to contribute directly or indirectly. If the variable is directly contributing, that is called as factor, I told you. And on which basis? The circumstances also must be homogeneous. To make the circumstances homogeneous, which variable is contributing? That is intervening. Intervening means if you take the food, energy may come. Food and energy is cause and effect, provided your digestive system is good. Digestive system is the intervening variable here. You need to give the specified food the people, those who have the required digestive system. Otherwise, if you give the improper people, that particular experiment will not takes place. You are telling, research is telling, due to this stipulated food, definitely energy will be like this. Eyes, due to this particular tablet, your disease will be got. Provided if you don't have the BP or sugar. That is why if you go to the doctor, he can ask you what are the other diseases do you have. Even both people are having fever or something, any problem. If you go to the doctor, immediately they can ask, go for BP, sugar, everything checkups. Sir, I came only for fever. But he is trying to identify influence of the working status of the medicine. What are the other intervening, unnecessarily intervening variables are there? Yes, you are having the diabetes, so I need to change the medicine. Same disease. Disease and medicine have direct influence, but intervening is your other habits or other health parameters. You are not concentrating on that, but your intention is my fever is there, fever is it must be get reduced. Objective is here. You identify the reason also, the doctor, medicine, but he tries to identify other factors that influence the effect of the medicine. That is called as intervening variable. While conducting any analysis, please try to make the homogeneous environment by controlling the intervening variables. If the diabetic patients are there, they are having the fever, go for separate medicine. Don't club them, give the same medicine. Because you know priorly that that type of diabetic status influence the effect on the medicine. If you know, please divide them. Give the separate medicine, separate medicine. Then you can tell that in general, this medicine helps to reduce the fever. In diabetic patients, this medicine gets to reduce the fever. Those type of observations must be there from the side of researcher. No statistics can show that he is the diabetic, he doesn't ask anything. As the researcher, you must have the enthusiastic brain and thinking analytical capacity to understand which one is contributing. Listen to me if I am talking in this mic. Input is there. I am delivering any knowledge. If it is not working. If you are so far away, is my topic, is my lecture is effective? No. Even though if any judge is in front of me, he can understand what quality of lecture I am delivering. What is the use? That is the intervening procedure. It stops, it avoids my lecture not to reaching the audience. Sometimes audio visual aids are also having the very good effect or very bad effect on the delivery and reception of the information. Content is good, audience is ready, this is the interview. Every time you cannot say that resource person is coming with this mic, with that mic, you are not telling. Due to that resource person, due to that particular professor, you are going to get this particular knowledge only you are announcing. Direct cause and effect. These are all the intervening status. If the temperature of this room is maintained by 50 degrees, can you listen to my lecture? Lecture is quality. You are intended to join here to listen. Even though the environment is forcing you, you cannot tolerate this one. These are the indicators. That is where still you are maintaining very good. If you maintain this so long period, this may have another bad effect. You can have a good sleep. In between, moderately, you need to control the intervening variables. Am I clear now?
Yes.
Done. Now, come to here. Then, on the satisfaction and knowledge, what type of variables are factors? First, let us talk about only independent variables. Can you tell another independent variables? How to identify the independent variables? I can tell the question. Satisfaction. Let us assume all are the students of this Sanskrit Vidyapit. I can ask you, what is your satisfaction? Listen to me, please. Have you not seen any person and wife in your lifetime? Please listen to me. So if I ask you your satisfaction, okay, don't tell your satisfaction. I can ask you a question. The satisfaction of all the students is similar?
No.
Why? Sanskrit Vidyapit is similar in conducting everything. But why you are not similar? Tell me.
It's individual difference.
Different?
Individual differences.
Individual?
Differences.
Differences in which means?
Understanding levels.
Height, weight, color, ration.
Understanding levels.
Then write down understanding power is your variable. Next.
Their IQ also.
Analytical
IQ,
skills.
whatever you please write, sir. IQ. Next.
Analytical skills.
Analytical skills. Okay. Expectation is difference.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking.
Interest.
Interest.
Any other? Interest, good.
Time factor also.
Time factor.
Yes.
I'm talking-
Because we are having some other works, we are here, so what is time now, when to go, how to go, so I am unable to pay attention.
Depending upon the interest.
Okay, please listen to me. You came from another university.
No.
This
From
university.
here only.
You are supposed to attend here.
Yes, sir.
No need to think of other things. Those should not be included in your research because research is started by presuming that you are ready to do your research. I'm talking. So you attended here. You see here. What you are telling is generally it is right. It might right. But in your research, please take care of that. My sister's marriage was broken. That is why I could not do research here. That is not. Please take care. Ma'am, real madam, I am telling truth. I am not asking the truth. That is, realistically it is related to your thesis. You cannot put on paper, na? So please think in such a way. That might be true, but that should not be at the independent variable. Then, any other?
Observation.
Satisfaction? Observation. Now, yeah, relation. Okay, good relation, everything. Listen to me now. I can stop here. You can tell so much of list. Sir asked me, ma'am, I need to give as a professor of this university, I need to give elaborative questionnaire to the people to make you to punish them. So he told, because he is not willing to leave any sort of information. From his concern, it is right. Okay, see here. He told that critical thinking and analytical skill. Critical thinking, analytical skills are related, na? Why should you incorporate separately? Which one is broader sense, you please take that one and you remove other one. The size of the variables will be reduced. Am I clear? In such a way, first of all, list out whatever you want. Then try to look into the list. That is called the redundant information. Redundant information. Ma'am, since we told all these things, that is why it has happened. While preparing, yes, you are also while preparing your questionnaire interview schedule, you are referring the other ones, na? So you are taking some points from them, some point from them. The list will be like this only again. That's why I am telling, just look into your list of the variables that you prepared. Then try to avoid the redundancy. Between these two, you can take only one. And curriculum, if you tell, for example, curriculum, if you want to tell something. Before joining here, you accepted the curriculum. Am I clear? That should not be in the list. As the student you joined, you have gone through the list of the curriculum or procedure or syllabus, everything. Then you cannot talk here. In research also. You assumed something, you should not talk on that. You got married with somebody, you should not talk, if I could not marry with you, no. After then, how to adjust with that? Yes or no? If don't think like that, morning marriage, evening divorce. Yes, can you accept morning marriage, evening divorce? I can accept provided new wala may be the good wala. Are you getting my point? Is there any guarantee? If you give the at least 90% guarantee, ma'am, morning is not good. Definitely 90%, if at least 90% guarantee is there, the new person is going to be a very good, very adjustable for you. There is no guarantee. That is why you should accept before going for any bond, knowing things, unknowing things. Generally, that is why the uppermost limit of statistics, common sense is statistics. Then your life will be peaceful. Otherwise, no, why should I adjust? I have only single life. Okay, I can with you. Then tell me that guarantee. No guarantee. No guarantee. Why? Because you cannot extract so many reasons for one particular effect. For satisfaction, there may be thousands of reasons, but you cannot tell. If a small smile from the attender in the department also makes your mood very good every day. Good morning, sir, with a smile. Good morning. That also happens. What he is telling, I am telling every day good morning, good morning. In which mood? The sense is also very important. You cannot put in the, ma'am, I also told good morning. I also told good morning. Difference is there, na? Sometimes you cannot address such type of things. That also matters you very big. Okay? Now, these are, in your sense, these are independent variables. This is dependent variables. Am I clear up to this? Your research topic is on satisfaction of students about Vidyapeeth, curriculum and all administrative process. Example I'm taking. So, satisfaction and knowledge. Why, madam, only satisfaction I can write? Yeah. If I am the newcomer, I don't know the curriculum and all the patterns of the Vidyapeeth, how can I have the more satisfaction? I'm talking about satisfaction in the sense of it may be lesser or higher. I don't bother. But variation will be there for the junior and senior? Yes or no? I'm not talking about, I'm not endorsing this university without having the knowledge. I don't have any much of knowledge, but I can respect. So listen to me carefully. Juniors may have different opinion, seniors may have different opinion. It may be positive side and negative side, don't bother. Why? Because of due to their experience, the variation happened. Experience will act as the one of the factor. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. In such a way, critically think what are the independent variables or resources or factors influences my dependent variables. Then experience you are telling, then it will become the factor. Next, gender. Coming to gender. To assess the quality of the Vidyapeeth, is there any impact of gender? Boys may think differently, girls may think differently. Most probably in this topic it may not be there. Sir, please take this as independent variable. No need to leave it. No need to leave it, because you are telling in my sample these many boys are there, these many girls are there. Okay? Coming to education. Education means course. UG, PG, PhD, postdoc, several courses are there. Then satisfaction of those fellows with regarding to their course may be different. In this university for UG there are more facilities, for example I am telling. And in this university PhD less, something is there. There is a variation because of their course. Education is also one of the factor or independent variable. Factor. In such a way, please identify. Yeah, you identified experience and education. Place of residence or place of previous study. Listen to me. Place of previous study we can take now. You might have the place in a, if any good institution is there better than this, the background may be in that, background may be inferior institution, the satisfaction will be differs again. Same course, same female, satisfaction differs because of their previous experience. Yes or no? That is why this is also factor. When it will become intervening, I can tell you now. In general, if I am a researcher, I conducted so many surveys and identified that in this university, UG students have more satisfaction than that of PG. If it is my conclusion. Later, in next year also, I conducted the survey. Then opposite result has come. UG students have the less good opinion on this university when compared to PG. Reverse. But in general, my things to see here, researchers' thinking is mandate in each and every stage. I think that, and that also I did very well. The methodology, very particular sampling and sampling technique, everything I followed. Here also I followed what had happened. Then I went to, don't consider this before analytically understand the previous result. That is why in writing critical analysis you used to write in the research papers. Critical analysis, previous things, so and so author identified this feature, but I identified differently because of, you need to write. To write the, no need to change the results, need to write the justification. For the justification, identified the reason that previous, whenever I conducted previous survey on that, the people, majority of the people came from inferior institutions. Yes, I am assuming. Today, they came from superior institution than this. That is why the satisfaction differs. That was good survey. This is also good survey. Then, now I can justify my results like this. I can write as it is, whatever I got. Now, previously it was like it, presently it was like, because of, I can mention. Later you need to add this as the intervening variable in future studies. Intervening means separate surveys must be done categorically. The people came from inferior institutions, people came from superior institutions. Because I identified in this stage, it became the intervening variable. That is why you are giving educated people, uneducated people you are comparing. Similarly, inferior institutions, superior institution people we can compare with respect to satisfaction. Before that I could not think about this one. I have considered male and female may have different opinion, experience may have, course may have, in such a way my thinking was there. Later, by this research I could understand there is influence of their previous institutions impact. Then it became one of the factor. How to conduct, ma'am? Next time you consider that is also one of the factor. Here, take the satisfaction, compare between those two. Am I clear now? So intervening differs from objective to objective, topic to topic, person to person, and hypothesis to hypothesis. We cannot fix it. We cannot fix it. We are assuming, doctor is assuming that your digestive power is good. That is why he is suggesting some medicine. If your digestive power is very bad, not to digest the medicine also, how can it work? He is assuming. Later he identified this medicine works well, but what happened to this patient? Then he went for critical analysis that your digestive power is collapsed. Even not to digest the medicine which I have given. So that is why without putting in the stomach, he can put in the nerves or something, any other methods he can use the medicine. Am I clear? So assumption is, what due to my past experience, I am assuming definitely medicine will be digestible in each and every stomach. I am assuming, that is why I am giving. If you identify another reason, go for another method. Go for a test whether it is correct or not. If not so, then give injection or some other type of medicine. In such a way, intervening variable provided, if you give them, if you were given some food, energy must be the output, provided your digestive system is good. Whenever you are offering some snacks now, you assume that my digestive system is good. If it is not good, how can you give?
Yes.
You assumed. Am I told that my digestive system is good? Have you asked me? No, you assume. Many things we assume. Please, as the researcher, you need to think about what are the assumptions under my research topic. Then, now I can tell you. Okay? Education is the factor. UG, PG, PhD. Education level is the factor. Satisfaction. Once you identify the factor, automatically it comes under hypothesis. Can anybody frame the hypothesis now? Between education and satisfaction.
There is no significant difference between UG and PG students with regard to the satisfaction.
There is no influence of gender on satisfaction. This is null.
There is no significant difference between the UG and PG students.
Both are same.
Yes.
Both are same. Both are same. He told with respect to impact. You are telling between two.
Yes.
All put together, this is the statement. No impact at all. Then I can say, don't consider the terminology of statistics always. If you want to tell to somebody, if you want to endorse something, how do you tell? I joined my girl into Rashtriya Sanskrit Vidyapit. Another mother is asking, shall I join my boy to Rashtriya Sanskrit Vidyapit? What I can endorse? Boy or girl, no issue. Am I clear? Boy or girl, no issue. That is meaning that no influence of gender on the curriculum or any aspects of the Rashtriya Sanskrit. Don't remember that. That impacts are is telling that there is no significant difference between. That is also statement. No influence of, there is no influence of gender on education or satisfaction. So you please understand the general statement, come back with statistical statement. Because later you need to present your results in general statement only. If you write your results in statistical statement, nobody can accept and understand. What is the very purpose? Beginning itself, you need to contribute something to the knowledge bank. To contribute towards the knowledge bank, you must have some command on that. That is why I understand. The gender influence, yeah, educational influence is there. Then educational influence means you can ask, you can endorse to your friends, which course you are going to join? Yes, UG. Don't join UG in so-and-so institution. If it is PC, you can go. Because you know that there is influence of course. The resources are different if you know. That is why you are having this as the factor. Is the meaning. And if they ask you question about shall I join my student, my children at the stage of PG, there is no influence of, you cannot tell like that. There is no significant difference between, you cannot tell like that. If you understand the result here, there is an impact of that education. UG, there are very good facilities. Example I am telling. PG, there are less facilities. So you can understand, or PG, don't join. If it is UG, you join. PG. If the all are similar in all types of courses, you can endorse. You please join your students. Now, what type of test is to be done? You understand that there is difference among this one, otherwise this is education. I can write null hypothesis first of all. There is influence of education. How to write? There is no influence of education on satisfaction. Why should we write? Ma'am, I know very well there is influence. Why you are writing influence of, there is no influence of education as null hypothesis. Here please listen to me, I can tell very important two things. What is hypothesis? Tentative. Solution for the
Problem. Research.
Solution for the problem. Tentative.
That's a hypothetical answer.
Okay. What is the need for hypothesis?
To test
Need. Go and see why you are having the presumption here, tentative statement here. If you want to test something, you go and test directly.
to prove the hypothesis whether
Why?
right or
Who
wrong.
asked, sir? No need to prove the hypothesis. Many hypotheses may be disproved. Very important this one. If you understand this topic, this content, only this statement very well, this whole lecture will be useful. What is the need for hypothesis? Your definition is right, sir. I am asking that what is the need to put? If you want to see there is the influence or difference, you can go and get the data and see. Get the data and see. Before testing why you are writing, it will be good, it will be bad. How you are writing? Why you are writing? Why you are writing? Any answer?
Objective, what we have taken the objective.
Yes, sir, objective is there. I wish to test difference among these three categories with respect to satisfaction. Objective is there, and I wrote without hypothesis also I can go and give the satisfaction scale and get the data and write. Yes or no? Why?
So you are in right direction. Right direction.
Direction already you have taken. You collected the data. Yes or no? You have some information on your mind. There is impact of education on the satisfaction. Everything you have. But why you are phrasing the hypothesis again?
This is solution of the problem, I guess.
Solution of the
Problem.
without writing also you can go and see the solution. Can't go.
Scientifically avoid unnecessary actions. Really or not? Avoid unnecessary actions.
Unnecessary reaction. What is there?
Scientifically, we are testing that.
You need to give the questionnaires for UG, PG, PhD students according to this problem. PG, PhD, UG students are there. You are going to give the questionnaires and getting the data anyhow. Yes or no? Prior to that, why you are writing the hypothesis? It may be null or alternative. What is the need?
Testing of the data.
Anyhow, you are testing, na sir.
As of scientific.
Why you are assuming? What is its use? I am telling. So, if you assume something, are you stopping to go for the analysis? Somehow you are doing. Am I clear? My question is reaching you. Please listen to me. Here, you are observing a small sample. You are concluding on
Population.
all population. That is the answer. That means
Generalization.
generalization. Very good. Generalization is since generalization is required here. What is the generalization? Education. There is influence of education on the satisfaction. Is it the generalized statement or not? Education. Whoever joined in that course, not the people who joined in this year. I am not. But I have taken the data from who joined in this year. I am generalizing. Yes or no? There is a great gap between these two. That is why, by observing the sample, we are guessing something about population. We are guessing. Guess must be there. Why, madam, guess? Without also, even this is also case, without guess also I can go and check. Yeah. That is why you are doing the statistical test. Statistical test is based on hypothesis. That is why you need to put the hypothesis.
Madam, best analysis, the diagnostic analysis. Diagnostic.
Some names may be different. This is the hypothetical testing, where you can use diagnostic analysis, experimental results also you can make use of this one. This is the general form. You are observing sample, you are making conclusion on whole population means whoever joins in that course, you are telling the generalized solution. The chocolate, a bit of chocolate you have taken, by tasting that, what you tell? This chocolate is very good. That's also one of the, listen to me, after taking a new chocolate, after tasting it, you can tell this chocolate is very good. Second one is, if you, on that day I had a chocolate that is very good. If you know the brand, 5-star or something, the 5-star chocolate will be very good. Yes or no? How many chocolates do you eat? Only 1 or 2 or 3? You are talking about brand. Wherever 5-star brand is there, the taste will be same as which I experienced. You have not yet seen the lots and lots of chocolates in presence, so many factories, in future, in fast, in your stomach, in your family stomach. You didn't see? Even though, based on that experience, based on that sample, you are giving the generalized statement of the brand. If you talk about brand, that is the conclusion on population, that is the generalized statement. Even you are talking with your friends or classmates, if any fault has happened, then don't do like that. It is okay. You always do like this. Please change your attitude. Then immediately he can ask, how can you know about me? How can you talk about my attitude? Somehow I did a mistake. How much of data do you have about me to talk about my complete attitude? Yes or no? There is a lot of struggle. You can talk on that problem only. Don't repeat it. It pains me something. No, he can accept his good thing, his good one. Otherwise, if you talk entire his personality, entire his attitude, entire his career, you always do like this. Your life will be spoiled like this. Due to that very small sample, how can you talk about my entire future? If your mother and father talks like that, you can tolerate, because they are having the largest sample about you. So 40 years, how you behaved, in each and every segment they are having the large sufficient sample, then they can tolerate. Very small sample, that is why sample size of the sample also very, very important. Now please understand, the need of hypothesis is, anyhow you are conducting the test, you are conducting the research, before we are writing means, by my experience, I guess, without guessing also you can conduct the test. But all tests concludes on hypothesis only. That is why you need to write the hypothesis. Any statistical test concludes on null hypothesis only. Listen to me again. It doesn't consider alternative hypothesis also. There is impact, you know very well, but statistical test doesn't works on alternative hypothesis. It tells about null hypothesis is rejected or accepted. If it is rejected, you please accept. That is your vision will. I don't find it. That is what statistics is telling. Why statistics is telling only on null hypothesis? There must be one starting point. Let us start. If you say like that without starting anything, how can you start? That is why there must be a starting from in the mathematics. If I draw any diagram, there must be a starting point. That is why they have considered null hypothesis as the starting point. For some cases, you are very happy with null hypothesis. if you were treated by others uniquely, students and faculty, same respect is given, you will be very happy. For some aspect, alternative hypothesis will be very good. Then being the statisticians, how they consider your opinion for each and every segment. That is why they started with null hypothesis. What they are telling, if statistical test concludes on null hypothesis, whether it can be accepted or it can be rejected. If it is accepted, be with that hypothesis. If it is rejected, go for alternative. This is what mechanism behind framing the null hypothesis. If we want to conclude on this only, listen to me now. You have a bite of chocolate, taste. If we want to conclude on that only, how is it if I ask? It is good, but that no statistical hypothesis is required. If you want to conclude on your sample only, according to this year admissions, there is influence of course on satisfaction. If I add according to this year admissions, no need to go for statistical test. You can go for averages and write, and you can conclude. Average means average of UG satisfaction, average of PG satisfaction, average of PhD satisfaction. Conclude on that, because you are concluding on this year admissions of RSVP. That is not your intention. That doesn't comes under research. Research for generalization. If the X person come to me with fever, with this much of weight, I only give the medicine. That is not the way. Doctor must be taken care of all the persons. So specifications must not be here. That is why, by analyzing this year data randomly and large sample I can consider, I can make the generalized statement. Generalized statement. That is why we need to write the null or alternative hypothesis. Statistical tests works only on or concludes only on null hypothesis. That is why inevitably, not interestingly as also, you must write null hypothesis. There is no influence of course on satisfaction. You have to write. But you are not willing to write. You know that very well there is influence. Even though you need to write, test it. If it is rejected, accept your hypothesis. That is the way. Am I clear? So definition is right. Please understand. Your answer must be like this. You are working. We are taking this observation on sample. We are going for generalized conclusions. That is why we need to write hypothesis. First reason. Second reason, all statistical tests concludes only on null hypothesis. Then only we need to write null hypothesis. Am I clear up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Even if you miss the paper of hypothesis in your thesis, it works. But assumption is there, for each and every test there is a hypothesis. If you can write, if you cannot write also, there is hypothesis for each and every test. Am I clear up to this?
Let me hear one doubt. If you write the null hypothesis, there is no need to again write the alternative hypothesis.
Okay, for that I can tell the answer what sir is asking. Null hypothesis rasanandi, there is no significant difference. Otherwise,
No need to
A
write
and B are equal and rasana, no difference. Teaching methodology A and B are equal. What sir is telling? I should not write alternative hypothesis. Do you agree with that? Sir, because sir was told, that is why I can agree. That is not the answer. See here, sir. If it is rejected, what is going to be accepted?
automatically it will null. Alternative of the
What is alternative hypothesis?
null hypothesis is rejected.
What is alternative for this? For this?
Not equal.
Not equal. Yeah, very good. This means A greater than B or B greater than A.
Okay. That's why I'm asking. There is no need to write again alternative hypothesis.
You need to write because your opinion is like this. Sir, please see.
In null hypothesis already we are mentioning now.
Mentioning in null hypothesis only A equal to B. If it is rejected, what is hypothesis to be accepted? You must write.
Oh.
Otherwise, am I clear now?
Yeah.
New methodology, old methodology. there is no difference, alternative, null hypothesis you have written, but you know that very well, new methodology will be good. So B greater than B, you need to write the alternative hypothesis.
Without alternative hypothesis, shall we write?
Yeah, if you write, I can understand both ways. Difference is there, but these two people differs. But who is superior, I cannot tell. There is difference, I can tell.
Without the
Direction, if you tell the direction,
alternative hypothesis only can.
if you write alternative hypothesis, it should be very clear.
Okay, if you write the alternative hypothesis, there is no need to write the null hypothesis.
Oh, null, yeah, but compulsory you need to write the null.
Okay.
And null only statistical test.
Yeah, we accepted. But
Okay.
okay.
Am I clear? Am I clear? Which one is clear? Listen to me. Null and alternative are go in a couple, because if it is not so, you need to this one. You need to take this one. If it is so, please with this. You need to project the alternatives also. If power is not there, if I prepared for only PPT, power is not there, I should not talk. You should not stop the lecture. Alternative must be there, na?
Generally, in the statement, the alternative hypothesis is rejected. So,
Null hypothesis is rejected.
And alternative hypothesis is accepted.
Which one is alternative? There are scope for two alternatives, sir. There are scope for two alternatives. Are you getting my point? Please listen to me. Two brands are equal. You are writing null hypothesis. Listen to me, please. Two brands are equal.
Yes.
If it is not correct, if it is rejected, then what are the possibilities we can think? Two brands are unequal. First possibility. First brand is superior. Second possibility. Second brand is superior. Third possibility. Then prior to that, you need to tell which alternative hypothesis you wish to have. If you tell A not equal to B, it is called two-tailed test. That means either it may be lesser or it may be higher. I don't mind, but I am telling there is a difference. There is a difference. Two institutions are there. You know that there is difference. Which one is superior you could not tell. In such a way, two-way. You can tell institution A is better than institution B. That is one-tailed. Write out H naught. ఒక్కటి రాసుకోండి. ఈ బొమ్మ వేసుకోండి. All must have this one. Sample population. H naught A equal to B. H1 A not equal to B. This is one set. Second set H naught A equal to B. H1 A greater than B. This is another set. Third one H naught A equal to B. H1 A less than B. These are the three things. These two are called one-tailed tests. This is called two-tailed test. If you are sending your child to a coaching, what you are expecting? There must be change. Change in which direction? Positive or negative? That is why you must write the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Yes or no? Otherwise, what you are telling now, there must be change. I don't bother about direction. Previously he got 50 marks, now he get 20 marks. I am happy because there is a change. Is it the way? Please understand that differs from topic to topic. Am I clear? So that is why majority of the times, if you are not sure about the direction, you are using this type of two-tailed test. If you are not sure. Which one? This one? Not all null hypotheses are same. Alternative hypotheses are different. If you reject this one, you can accept this one. If you reject this one, you can also accept this one. If you reject the same thing, 3 alternatives are there. If you are sure about any one of the alternative, please write as the alternative hypothesis. Going to the doctor to reduce the disease. Ma'am, previously my temperature is 102. If I go to the doctor, it became 108. With respect to statistician, it is telling that there is significant difference. What is the use? You are assuming that my temperature must be reduced. That is why if you are sure about this one. Pesticides are spraying to reduce the pest, to reduce the pest infestation. Without having the goal, how can I spray the pesticide? So null hypothesis, there is no impact of pesticide on the crop. Alternative hypothesis, the pest must be decreased. There must be. So in general, you are doing the first one. That if SR is telling, I can write null hypothesis. If it is rejected, alternative. Which alternative is to be accepted also, you must have that clear.
It's assumption only.
No, alternative. If it is not so, what is the alternative? Alternative, you need to tell them, sir.
3 probabilities are there, na?
Properties are not there. If it is rejected, what is true? That is why you are seeing here, if the difference, you are writing difference equal to B, not equal to B. A and B are related, A and B are not related. Alternative will be A and B are not related. Alternative will be A depends on B, B depends on A also, you can write now. Relation is there. No relation, relation. Specifically you tell, he depends on him always. You can tell. Otherwise he depends on him always. There is a much more information in writing the alternative hypothesis. Definitely new methodology will helpful for the students. That is your alternative hypothesis. So being the very good researcher, you must concentrate on alternative hypothesis. Don't walk backside. Very old methodology. Old also it was there. These are not the novel things. Very basic things. You must have command. Am I clear up to this? Hypothesis requirement I told. How many types will be there? Whenever you write the null hypothesis, please write the alternative hypothesis, what you are assuming. Madam, without writing also I can conclude at the conclusions. If it is your question, I can tell the answer. If this is your alternative hypothesis in your brain, the test will differ. The significance value will be differed. If any of these 2 alternatives are there in your brain, while comparing the results, calculated value and the critical value method will be different. Yes? Do you understand?
Yes.
I can tell you. For example, 5% LOS you are comparing. Am I clear? 5% LOS, do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know? Not you, sir. Other people. You know very well. Teacher should not answer. Teacher should not question. Do you know 5% LOS? Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Okay, no issue. Because of limited time, I can conclude like this. Konch wait, amma. I can explain here method and I can tell you what is the difference. Then you can understand. You are dragging my time, sir. My time, I cannot do anything. No issue. Anyhow, the topic was started. It's also very important. Please listen to me. Sir is telling, I can write only null hypothesis. If it is rejected, I can alternate hypothesis is automatically accepted. Now, what he is telling. I am telling 3 different types of alternatives will be there. Which one you are going to accept? At the time of results, I can write whatever I wanted to write, what he is telling. Indirectly, what he is telling them. I am telling as a statistician that is too wrong. Because if you consider this one, in general statistical procedure will be like this. For example, that test, example, calculated value will be there. That must be compared with critical value or table value. Table value, one tables will be there. At 5 level of significance, Okay? If it is 1.96, example. For this, you are comparing with 1.96, you can take decision. If calculated is greater than critical, we reject the null hypothesis. And what sir is telling, in his brain, he hide all the alternative hypothesis. At the final, he wrote no issue. But he write this one in the conclusions. The new methodology very good, works very well when compared to old one. There is no difference if you write, no problem. If you write A, method of A works very well than B, your method is wrong. Because if you want to consider any one of these two, the same Z calculated value must be compared with 1.64. That is nothing but this is 5%, this is 10%. ఏంటండి 10%, 5%? A not equal to B in the mathematics is nothing but either A greater than B or B greater than A. Two alternatives are there. For this 5%, this is 5%, this will be divided into double this one. This is 5, this is 10%. At the place of 10%, you need to take the critical value and compare and take the decision. If your calculated value is 1.974, if your calculated value is 1.74, sir calculated value is lesser than this one, then I accept the null hypothesis, he can write. But in his mind, alternative hypothesis is A greater than B. New methodology, definitely it is going to work well. But this is the procedure. If you understand the procedural difference, then your calculated value will be compared with 1.64. Then happily you can reject the null hypothesis. You can tell what you observe, what you understand here. Method A is superior than method B. Happily.
Excuse me, ma'am. In this regard, you are talking about the significance level difference. You are testing
No.
5% level and here is 10%.
5% only, but you need to take the table value at 10%. 5% only. Concluded 5% only, because normal distribution curve is like this. You are taking here both are 5%, and my direction cuts here. I can work on this A greater than B this side only. This part also come here, but only 5%. You can conclude on 5%, taking the critical value at 10%. Conclusion will be on 5% only.
Is it correct?
Yes.
If you are
Value.
comparing on 5% level.
Yes. Because one tail, that is why I am telling. I am folding one tail. The complete normal curve is folded. The level of significance is added for the sake of comparison only. While writing, by conducting so-and-so test at one tail, this is happening.
We are writing the significance level 0.5 level.
Yes.
The critical
Yes.
value is so.
No need to write. One tail, if you mention, automatically procedure comes. One tail you need to mention. So that is why alternative hypothesis writing is also very important. Am I clear? Procedure differs, not your assumption. If you even hide also, mathematics doesn't allow you write whatever you wanted to write in alternative hypothesis. If you don't force anything, the first one not equal to. You cannot write one is superior than another one. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Please. That is also very important. I need to tell what type of test it will be taken. Major tests are differences and relations. Differences and relations. Only under these two categories you are going to do the research. Either difference or relation. That's all. See here. If you compare Gender. Male and female with respect to satisfaction. You need to compare male and female with respect to satisfaction. Otherwise, you need to compare education UG, PG, PhD with respect to satisfaction. Yes or no? These are called as differences. Coming to here, knowledge and satisfaction. You are going to work out the relation. Relation is different, difference is different. In the difference, you need to consider only one dependent variable. In relation, there will be two dependent variable minimum. See here, I have written satisfaction. This test is separate. Here I have written satisfaction. This test is separate. But at the same time I have written knowledge and satisfaction. Both. Both?
Both are relation.
Yes. If dependent variables, two dependent variables if you consider at a time, go for relation. Your weight and height, difference you cannot take, na? Weight and height difference can you take? Can you take weight and height difference for you? Your height is this much, your weight is this much, can you take the difference? Why we could not do?
Not homogeneous.
Not having the same units. Units are there. Height is 45 centimeters, weight is also 45 centimeters. You can take the difference. Please listen to me. If the units are not same, you cannot go for differences. Go for relation now. I need to talk about one thing based on another thing. I need to go for relation. Am I clear? So two broad segments are there. Any of your hypothesis, any of your test, any of your research objectives and hypothesis comes under any one of the two segments. The same cannot come both the segments. So here, how many dependent variables at a time? One. Here at a time? Two. Minimum 2. If you see the relation between minimum 2, that is called simple correlation. Simple correlation. If you consider more than 2, any idea? Multiple correlation. Multiple correlation. So, see here, come to here, differences. At least, due to given time, I can make you to clear in some of the aspects also, at least. I cannot make you to masters in so much of statistical tests, at least. So, now, there are two broad segments. One is differences, another one is relation. In differences, for each test, you need to consider one dependent variable, and we can see the differences between 2 or 3 or 4, any. It is 2, it is 3, likewise you can go. Okay, what type of test is to be used, I can tell you now. Okay, now for this, two variables are there. Simple correlation. The statistics name is Carl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation. Carl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation. But assumption, please understand, majority of the people are not having assumptions here. These two must be quantitative, continuous variables. Nowadays, 2 persons are there. Any 2 persons, can you go for the relation between those two fellows? 2 different persons. 2 different entities, you cannot go. Provided, you must have an idea that definitely those two came from same village, same class, something. Information you must have, then only you need to go for correlation. So, continuous variables, these two. 2 variables relation is called as simple correlation. Multiple relation of multiple variation, multiple correlation. Coming to this one. So, 2 groups, comparing 2 groups with respect to one dependent variable. Comparing 3 groups with respect to one dependent. Can anybody guess what type of test is it?
T-test.
T-test for small sample, Z-test for large sample. This is Z or T. T-test for small sample, Z-test for large sample. Coming to here,
Yeah.
మీరు
If
చెప్తే
it's a parametric test.
మీరు చెప్తే పెనాల్టీ ఇవ్వాలి నాకు ఫీ ఇవ్వాలి ఇవ్వాలి ఓకే దెన్ హియర్ ANOVA good not F test ANOVA I can tell the difference between ANOVA and F test also no issue I can tell now what is the objective of this one to compare two independent groups here objective is to compare several independent groups. Several, it may be 3, it may be 4, it may be 5, whatever. ANOVA. Now majority of the people may have the doubt that ANOVA and F test is same. No. Answer is no. Objective of ANOVA is comparison of several independent means. Comparison means due to means only you are doing the comparison. Just remember the Z test. Z equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar by sigma by root of n1 plus n by n2. Numerator will be x1 bar minus x2 bar. x1 bar is the mean, x2 bar is the mean of one group. So to compare two groups with respect to means Z or T test. To compare several groups with respect to means ANOVA. In ANOVA is the procedure. Z and T are the tests. In ANOVA we use F test. We use F test. F test, what is the objective of F test? To compare, any idea? Two variances, that's all. Please understand, I can tell you. ANOVA, what is the ANOVA objective? To compare several independent groups with respect to means. Much forward. Now, what is the t-test objective? To compare two independent groups with respect to means. If my question is to compare two independent groups with respect to variance, F test. విడివిడిగా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి F test for variance. That is why ANOVA analysis of variance, but its objective is comparison among several groups with respect to means only. This is the bit for competitive examination. Majority of the times ANOVA means test for variance. 99.9% people may answer in such a way. Not like that. In that we are using F test. F test compares. If anybody knows the formula, F equal to ms T by mse in ANOVA table. Mean sum of squares due to treatments by mean sum of square due to error. So these two variances will be compared by F test. No issue. Please understand. F test is comparison of two variances. Whose variances? Independent sample variance, not dependent sample. Independent sample ఏంటండి? Male, female, independent groups. Male, before and after, dependent groups. Male person's marks before the class, after the class is dependent sample. Yes or no? If I conduct the pre-test, I can get your marks. After 1 hour, if I conduct another test, I can get the marks of you group, same group. Those two are called as dependent. That is why I am stressing independent. Sorry. Am I clear? So, for this, what is the procedure? Procedure name is ANOVA. What is the test? F test. Be clear. Be clear. What is the objective of F test? Compare. That's all. That's all. Separately, where we can use F test, I can tell the beautiful example. In agriculture side, All are eating the food, you must listen agriculture example also. So many varieties are sorry. So many varieties are coming up. Old variety, new variety. Then old variety is promising that 40 quintals per hectare. Old variety, new variety is promising that, listen to me carefully, 50 quintals per hectare. Please be with me for this example so that you can understand the scope of variance. So 40, 50, which you can endorse to the farming community? Old or new? New. Are you sure, all of you? I can tell the example now. Old variety, sustainability matters here. Old variety, even old variety taken by the 100 farmers, 40 I promised, 40, 38, 41, 40, 38, 49 likewise. New variety, 50 I promised, 50, 20, 60, 20, 25, 50, average is 50. Am I clear with me? Here average is 40, which you can believe, which you can endorse. Consistency matters here. Majority, very few may get so much of very beautiful yields there. Majority of the farmers may fail the expected one. They can beat me like anything. That is why I need to consider variance before releasing the proposal. Not only this one, medicines also. For the fever, so many medicines are there. They can work out. If nobody is there, in each and every strip there will be paracetamol content. You cannot take paracetamol content is there in any other of the medicines. If it is Dolo, you can take because the bad effects due to Dolo will be reduced rapidly. With almost all higher consistent it works. That is why knowingly, unknowingly, literates, illiterates, we can endorse happily, no issue. Otherwise another specific medicine is there, in that also paracetamol content is there. You should not endorse. No, I don't have that idea. You need to consult a doctor or something. Here also you must consider variance. Then people are very good. He is getting very good marks in the class, but his behavior is worst. Can you tolerate the fellow? I am the topper. Even you cannot tolerate him. Similarly here also. Don't see it means you can go for variances also. That is why F test helps us to go for comparison of variance. First of all, compare the variance. Sophisticated method I am telling. Compare the variance. Both consistency are same. Then compare the mean. That is what you must do. If you work in SPSS, automatically it provides equal variances, unequal variances. Procedure is there. That is why in the formula also, if you remember very well, x1 bar minus x2 bar by sigma, this is equal variances. Unequal variances, sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. You are giving. If you want to compare newly established Sanskrit university will be there. I don't know name. I don't know. One is there. It is already well established. If you compare the resources between these two, otherwise satisfaction of the students, these two, you know very well there is a variance. Anyhow you need to compare. Listen to me. Anyhow you need to compare the student's opinion. But you know resources are different. Variance is there. That is why you can go for comparing two means even with unequal variances. There is the process. That is when different formulas are there to compare two means. You are assuming that while comparing two means, variances are also equal. You are assuming that. But in realistic situation, it is not there. I can compare the productivity of a company A, AC company with the computer company. Differences are there, madam. How can you compare? Yes, I want to compare because I am the owner for both. I need to compare which one is growing well. That is why I can consider first two. Variance comparison must be there. variance means, please understand here, I can tell you the example. Don't put yourself in the illusion. I can tell. See, variance I can tell. First company is giving 80 crores, 78, 68, 58, 80, likewise. This is company A, company B. Turnover is 20, 20, 18, 8, 10, 8 again. See here. The difference walk from one value to one value here in 20s, here in single digit. But it is also consistent always. If it is, I can write here for your 9, 8 like that. See here, now. The walk is consistent, the walk is here also consistent. Now you got it. These two are having equal variances if you test. But means are different. Means values are different. That is why means will. This mean will be around 75. This mean will be around 7.5 or something. Means are unequal. Variances are equal. If I am the boss for these two things, yes, it is. Both my businesses are going consistently. I can tell. From the first company, I am getting good result, good revenue. I can tell. Am I clear now? In this situation, you cannot compare means. Why? Because this is another company. By seeing the value itself, you are having the idea that means are different. So my request out of all this lecture is, please stick to be with your title, form, think using common sense. What I need to tell. If you don't have these variances equal, that is the intervening variable. Now how can you compare old institution with new institution? You can raise your voice. Old institution with new institution, how can you compare? The experience of the institution, establishment date of the institution is also intervening your result. Am I clear now? So variance of this one is equal, but means are different. What people are thinking, they can listen in UGRPG. This is the formula for t-test. They are sticking to that formula. Try to understand the formula. Try to love the formula. What it is. If you understand any person, you can love them. Yes or no? Without understanding, if you tell loudly also with rose flower also I am loving, it won't happen. Simple thing. Because statistics became mandate, you are being with that, not being, loving with that. Please, how to love it? Understand. How to understand? If there is no benefit, you cannot understand that. Yes or no? There is no benefit, you cannot try to understand anything, any phenomenon in the creation also. There is a great effect or support from the statistics. If you understand that one, automatically you will try to understand the formula, you can enjoy the statistics. If you enjoy the statistics, you have the power to publish, power to present your research results. Definitely you are the significant contributors to the knowledge bank. Otherwise, if you remember first formula, second formula, numerator, what is the method? Not like that. First understand, then why not for the examinations? Understanding power enhances your vision. How to consider hypothesis. You can play like anything with the research. Even though you are meticulous, you are having meticulous information and significant knowledge in your own disciplines. This supports you very, very well. If the average of the performance of two students are 80%, who is better?
Memory level and understanding understanding.
No, I don't consider memory level, understanding and their features and their color, I don't mind. I don't mind. Are you getting my point? I don't consider. If you are telling memory power, another may consider my height also. She can also tell. How can I justify?
Both are simple.
Both are having 80% marks. This is the percentage. Who is better? Is there any scope to tell who is better? Scope is there or not there? Without considering additional information other than marks.
Constantly, who is reading? Who is studying?
Both are.
Equal.
Who both are in first. You are very good master. No, I am having only one seat. I need to give the admission for one fellow or job for the one fellow. I don't want to consider any other tests, any other activities. Any idea?
We have to see previous result.
Previous result, which result?
The students.
Previous means?
What he have done in previous classes, how he is performing in class.
Relating to this percentage or else you are telling?
Yeah, relating
This percentage. Yeah, what he is telling is, see the subject-wise marks. Yes or no?
Yes,
Performance, subject-wise marks. I can write here. Are you able to see here? Yeah, I can write here. 3 subjects are there. First subject, he got 60. Second subject, he got 100%. Third subject, he got 80. First subject, he got 80. Second subject, he got 78. He got 82. What is the average?
Average.
60, 100, 40.
Average
Average is
80.
80, both. Then who is better now? Tell me.
First one.
A or B?
Second one.
Why second one? In the lifetime of this university, nobody got 100 marks. Lifetime of this university, nobody got 100 marks in that paper except that fellow. I'm telling you what, if you go to for a match, then you can elaborate your good things. Yes or no? Or my son is Sri Rama. Sri Rama, all he is having all qualities of Sri Rama. All positive entities will be compared. Sir, tell me now. In lifetime, only one fellow got sent marks in the paper 2 or course 2. Who is better now? That is what? You cannot believe him. If something is happened here, he may fail. 50 is the pass mark. That is called consistency. That can be measured by standard deviation. Mean is same. Now mean is same. Standard deviation for him is 10, for him is 4. Who is better now?
First one.
Who is better now?
Second one.
Standard deviation must be deviation. Deviating from your word is must be less. Yes or no? Whatever you told, you need to follow. Yes or no? So deviation must be less. Which one is consistent now? B. That is what everywhere decision is going to be taken. So you need to elaborate your sense of understanding and analytical methodology from your brain. There is nothing in the books. Mastak se, pustak mein aaya tha. Yes or no? Manam em chestunam reverse. It is very difficult from book to brain. Please think. We are all intellectuals. To have a very specific goal, think broadly and activate your common sense levels. That is why I can say that uppermost limit of common sense is statistics. Your property in a good package we are selling, that is the statistics subject. Properties in your brain. If common sense is not there, how can I make you to understand the mathematics, all these things? Am I clear? Yes. So this is ANOVA. 3 groups. ANOVA, underlying test is? Yeah. Now I can test parametric and non-parametric. Am I clear up to this? Do you have any big benefit out of this lecture?
Yes.
100 I cannot tell. 100 I cannot. Question? I can tell you. Please be with me for what is parametric and non-parametric? All of you, very important. Listen to me carefully. Before considering the inferential statistics or before working with any hypothetical test, I told you large sample, small sample, large sample of Z distribution. This is a normal distribution. Small samples are T, F, and another one here is parametric. Here is a non-parametric. Meek Delson distribution is chi-square test. So many tests are there here. First, let me explain what is the basic difference between parametric and non-parametric. Parametric population is known and normal. Population is known. Population distribution is known. And what is normal? What is normal? What is normal? Parametric, non-parametric. What is normal?
All are good.
All are good, normal. I can tell you. All are good. Is it true? They are not answered. Some people good, some people worst, majority average. Now tell me. Some people good, some people too worst, majority will be average. Is it normal or her sentence is normal? This sentence. That is why what you are telling unknowingly, my dear students. Extremes, worst fellows. Extremes, very good fellows also extremes here. Very good. Meticulous fellows also extremes here. Majority will be like this. This is why normal means, you please remember the bell-shaped curve. Where you want to be always this part or this part or this part. You want to be here, but you are here. Yes, that is why you are satisfaction about your life. Okay, it is Salta. It is going on. You expected here. If you were given chance to come here, yes, madam, I am ready. But you are here. That is why you are satisfied and at least smiling in frequently also. Am I clear? So what he is telling, all are good. All are here only. All are here. My graph, what he is told is, graph is like this. All are good. It is also acceptable, but in realistic situation, it is not possible. If all are good, we are happy with that. All got 100 marks in my class. And doubtful immediately. Sorry, why? Because you were experienced such examples. Majority of how can all the people can get 100? Yes, I have the vision and energies to get all the people 100. That is why, first of all, you doubt, then go on and check. If it is okay, please accept. If in the case, if I apply the pesticide, all pest will be demolished. Don't agree? You need to agree. How, madam? So, where also normal distribution is. Now, is it happening really? If you apply the same sort of dose of fertilizer, I am also using the pesticide, same pesticide. My farm is controlled by pest. Your farm is not controlled 100%. Same dose, same intensity, same area, same time. That is why normally it won't happen. Wherever you apply this one, you will get this one. No, madam. Some deviations will be there. Those deviations, if you consider in the real-time situation, that is the normal graph. But it is also graph. Normal, not, this is called abnormal. How do you measure the abnormality? Skewness.
Negative skew.
Skewness. You can measure abnormality by skewness. Is it negative skewness or positive skewness?
Negative. Negative.
How to remember? See the tail. See the tail. If it is in left hand side, negative, or left hand skewed. Left to skewed. Left to skewed also we can write. This is also good. Radicals and laxalites are working here. All negative sense. Those cannot be cut their heads. We cannot go to them also. But we need to do the reforms. Listen to me. Reforms in such a way that you are making this axis up to this, you are making them normal. You are changing the axis by taking the reforms. But you are not. This is the what mathematically it means. So abnormal data may be there, normal data may be there. Normal means extreme will be very low. Please remember, that's all. If you were in your home, if your elder brother is working very well, very politely, he is talking very politely since 1 week. If you observe, then you have a doubt why he is like that. He is very good. He is behaving very happily and very good aspects. Even though you have some doubt, what do you want from me? You can ask one day. Because in general, it won't be voluntarily or deliberately he is behaving like that. You may have some doubt because it is abnormal. Even that is the positive side also abnormal. Not only negative and positive. Abnormal means majority of the times we can understand abnormal means negative sense. No. Positive also. Am I clear this one? So, before conducting the statistical analysis, your data must be checked with normality. If you get this type of data on this, no statistical hypothesis can be tested. How to do, ma'am? I got my data and this is in the form of this one. Go for transformations. Go for transformations technique is there. Then apply for statistical tests. You make sure that your data must be normally distributed. Then only you can generalize. Otherwise, there is a bias. This might be due to one particular part of the people. How can you generalize? In general, there might be different categories. All different categories must be in your sample to making sure that you go for normal. The thumb rule is, ma'am, I cannot understand by normal curve. Go for mean, median, mode. Mean,
Same.
median, mode. Both are equal. The three are coincide. Exactly, it cannot be equal. 20, 21, 21.5. So you can understand, my data is normal. You can. Many rules are there. If you want to listen about only normal distribution, 6 hours are required. At least to dispose 40% of the knowledge. That much of depth is there in statistics.
Is it
Am I clear up to this?
mandatory, ma'am? Before going to analysis your data, it must be.
Yeah, you need to look. Otherwise, all tests. Why Vasari is asking? Is it mandate? Yes, because all tests have been framed based on this assumption. Based on normal assumption only, all tests have been framed. If your data is not normal, if you apply the test, your results may be invalid. Why we are getting the degrees? These knowledge might not be considered by your evaluators. That is why you are getting the degrees. This is the mandate. Okay. Even transformations also. My data doesn't possess normality. Then go for non-parametric tests. This is the deviation. Go for non-parametric test. Sorry. No need to change your hypothesis. No need to change your objective. You can straight away shift from parametric test to non-parametric. What are the non-parametric tests? Any example?
Only calculated.
T-test. If parametric small sample is t-test, large sample is z-test, the same non-parametric test is Wilcoxon, Mann-Whitney U-test. Yesterday I disturbed mine. Okay, Mann-Whitney U-test. ANOVA, you are conducting ANOVA here. Non-parametric test alternative is Crystal Valley's test. Paired sample here, their sign test or Wilcoxon ranked pair test. What I wish to tell to you is, no need to change your objective, no need to change your hypothesis. Choose test under non-parametric category if your data doesn't possess normality after repairing also. Repairing means transformation. If you get the data, check normal, no issue, go for parametric test. Got the data, non-normal, applied, some of the transformations are there, transformation log and arc sine, square root, so many transformations are there. If you touch 111, it takes 1 hour, 1 hour. Okay, please. You repaired. Even after repair also, it doesn't possess normality. Just please understand the bell-shaped curve on the axis. Non-normal. Then shift from here to non-parametric category. That's all. Majority of the people are working with parametric test in non-normal data. They are getting invalid conclusions. Otherwise, you are giving wrong directions for the society or for the knowledge bank. Don't do that. I am not telling change your objective, no. Change your data, no. Manipulate your data, no. No need to do. Am I clear up to this? Parametric, non-parametric. Interparametric, large sample, small sample. Sample is in general more than 30, then you treat as a large sample. Otherwise treat as a small sample. So basic differences will be differences and relations.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Am I clear up to this? Do you have any doubts? You didn't give the chance to show.
On behalf of our students, I would like to give one statement, ma'am. You have to ask the students what are the dependent, what are the independent variables. I would like to say one word, ma'am. Effectiveness of ICT and the achievement of, if you write like that, the students have to
Ask. Any student please come? Any participant?
Okay, I would like to say, please come and write one title. ఇక్కడ ఒక చిన్న సమస్య ఉంది మేడం, దాన్ని ఎరాడికేట్ చేయడం కోసం ఈ టైటిల్ ఇస్తున్నాను. మీకు ఒక 2 minutes గ్యాప్.
No issue.
Okay, right up. Effectiveness of ICT. स्पष्टतया लिखतु. ICT on the academic, on the achievement of Sanskrit,
అక్కడ ఉన్నారు లోపల సార్ నేను వచ్చేస్తాను.
achievement spelling question.
అంతే
Achievement of Sanskrit at a higher secondary level. At higher secondary level. This is one title. Now you have to say the dependent variable, independent variable, according to the title. Madam has already elaborately explained. According to that, you have to identify what are the dependent variables and what are the independent variables.
Just to simplify word by word read out first of all. Effectiveness of what? ICT. ICT. Effectiveness of medicine and fever. Please remember. Effectiveness of ICT. What is you are going to achieve? Sanskrit. Sanskrit. Proficiency or the level of Sanskrit understanding. Learning Sanskrit also. Learning Sanskrit is dependent. ICT is independent. SAR fixed. Otherwise, whoever fixed this title, they are assuming that ICT is the factor. That is why he wrote like that. ICT influence. He is assuming that definitely there is influence of ICT in learning the Sanskrit. These are the tags, secondary level, higher secondary. No issue.
Madam, please give me 5 minutes, 2 minutes time. Now you have to say according to this title. Madam already has explained age, gender. Already Madam has taken in independent variable. Where is the independent variable? It is the independent variable, age and gender.
No.
Now here, can you say the factor, gender and age? In this regard, in this title, you have to say the dependent variable, independent variable. Is there any other variables? You have to say. All research scholars have to say.
All. Some, please add some.
Anybody?
All. I should be here only for 1 year.
No. Why Madam has taken a lot of strain and what you understood. If you give us such title, can you say? Why I am giving this title? You are fixed. Age, gender, whenever it comes under the independent variable. Don't say, don't think like that. Yes, you can say now in this regard.
ICT factor.
No. ICT cannot come whole picture.
What about age and gender? For example.
ICT, divide the ICT whole thing into different parts. ICT means information and communication technology. Technology combined effective with Sanskrit. What type of technology? What type of tools available in that? Audio, video, photo, internet, intranet, all devotee, everything you need to write the segments. Provided. How to test with this? How to test? You take the homogeneous people. Otherwise, if you take the heterogeneous, you can fix their gender, education as the factors again. One sense, those will be the intervening. One sense, those will be the other factors.
Exactly, ma'am. That's why I given this topic. In this sense, the age, gender, like these are comes under the intervening variables or demographic variables. Thank you. Hey, understood? Is it?
A little thing which I delivered, I gave the clarity amongst each and every. Am I clear?
नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय नमः। सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः। अद्य द्विसप्ताहात्मिक राष्ट्रीय कार्यशालायाः चतुर्थदिनस्य द्वितीयसत्रमिदम्। अस्मिन् सत्रे प्रोफेसर् लावण्यकुमारी महोदयाः डाटा एनालिसिस् इति विषयम् अधिकृत्य बहूनि उदाहरणानि माध्यमेन बोधितवत्यः। ताभिः अस्माकं विश्वविद्यालयपक्षतः शिक्षाविभागपक्षतः कार्यशालापक्षतः हार्दं धन्यवादं व्याहरामि। एवम् अत्र उपस्थितेभ्यः कार्यशालायाः निर्देशकेभ्यः संयोजकेभ्यः विभागाध्यापकेभ्यः एवं छात्रेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो अपि धन्यवादाः इति उक्त्वा धन्यवादाः।
चतुर्थदिनस्य अस्मिन् द्वितीयसत्रे वयं सर्वे दत्तांशानां विश्लेषणविषये सम्यक् महोदयानां सम्यक् अनुसन्धानस्य दत्तांशानां विश्लेषणविषये सम्यक् वयं श्रुतवन्तः। इदानीं कालः महोदयानां सम्माननं भविष्यति। तत्र अस्माकं कार्यशालायाः निदेशकमहोदयान् एवं संयोजकमहोदयान् एवमेव शिक्षाविभागस्य महोदया कादम्बरीमहाभागाम् आह्वयामि मञ्चस्य उपरि आगत्य राङ्कवं प्रधानेन स्यूतादीनां प्रधानेन सम्मानं कुर्वन्तु कृपया।
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Ready? Okay, sir. Inshallah,